world's not so simple anymore. I guess it never was. We ignored it. Now we can't.
Brooklyn, 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 we go hard.
You Jackie Robinson?
We go hard.
I father, I Brooklyn Dodger them. I jack, I rob, I sin. Oh man, I'm Jackie Robinson. Except when I run base, I dodge the pen.
You want a player who doesn't have the guts to fight back?
No, I want a player who's got the guts not to fight back.
You give me a uniform, you give me a number on my back, and I'll give you the guts.
Brian Helgeland, the writer and director, called me himself and said, "Do you want to play Jackie Robinson?" And I said, "What do you mean?" Like, I think I kind of thought he was saying, like, you know, I'm going to give you one more shot, because if you do, you know, do better next time at the baseball tryout or the audition or whatever. But he asked me if I wanted to play it. And I didn't really understand that at that time. Now I get that he was saying it's a big responsibility. You know, do you want this? Do you really, really want it? Because if you want it, it's yours. And I said, yeah, yes, I want it. Of course I want it. And I think I was calm on the phone with him. But when I hung up, you know, I ran around the crib and I didn't run down the street, but a friend of mine was with me, and so I wasn't supposed to tell anybody, but you know, figure it out. You see somebody jumping around, so
Right.
so that was the process. Like, I learned, I was asked by the director, and I accepted it. I mean, you go to the movies, you see the movies Denzel does, Will Smith does, Jamie Foxx does, Morgan Freeman, Samuel Jackson.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
I mean, I didn't think of it as in an opportunistic way. I think you learn at a certain point to just sort of submit to what the script is and what the story is. Because if you get too excited about how big the project is gonna make you, you just get your feelings hurt. Like, like I could have done this, or I could have done that. It's like, I think you just go in and you do the best work that you could possibly do. And so I commit fully to each, you know, each thing that I choose to go in for. I'm selective about it. I don't just go in for anything, but if I choose to go in for it, I put everything I can put into it, you know, in that amount of time. It's a limited time into each one. Well, what's most interesting is the fact that I think he knew that there was greatness in him already. Before he did this thing that we named him an icon for, he already knew that there was something larger in him than the world was willing to accept. So I think he always sort of strived to achieve that. Like, in the military, he pushed boundaries in the military. As a morale officer, even he pushed boundaries because he was court-martialed, and he won. he was court-martialed and he won the case. He was probably a better football player and a basketball player and track and field star that he was a baseball player. He actually didn't even play baseball at UCLA. He played at Pasadena Junior College. And so baseball, contrary to what some people may believe that he always wanted to do this, it just became the avenue for him to actualize that person. And then later, and because it was not just a sporting event, but it had social significance, it gave him a platform to speak out. Like he started by not speaking out, and because he did speak out, because his actions spoke louder than words, he was given the opportunity to speak out on many different issues like workers' rights, civil rights, all sorts of things that most people wouldn't get the opportunity to do. Rachel Robinson was the first person I talked to once I got the role. She was involved in the process of, she didn't write the script, but she read I shouldn't say all the drafts of the script, but she read several drafts of the script. And she was even commenting on the script up until the day before we started principal photography. She continued to communicate with Nicole Bahari, who played her, and myself. She came to the set to watch some scenes that were shot. So she was definitely involved and consulted in the process. Brian Helgeland, there are not any other players from that team who are still alive, except Ralph Branca, who Brian Helgeland talked to. I didn't get the opportunity to talk to him. But Hank Aaron, who lived in a slightly later time, who played against Jackie Robinson, did come to the set and consult, and he experienced very similar things. Really, I mean, you could say that any black player that came in like shortly after Jackie Robinson experienced some of what he experienced, but nobody would experience anything close to that until Hank Aaron is breaking, the home run record. Yeah, so he had a lot to add in terms of what things would feel like and look like, and it just brought his emotional wealth to the set. I mean, I hope they get a better sense of who he was. I hope they. I honestly think this is one of those movies that plays. It's like it plays on a Sunday afternoon on cable on TNT. Like Remember the Titans.
You Jackie Robinson?
I father, I Brooklyn Dodger them. I jack, I rob,